Morning. So, just getting up, about to start packing. Weather's a bit miserable, but I think it's going to brighten up. Yeah, and today I want to just get as far as I can out of the Cairngorms, hopefully north of Inverness. Better get packing first.
So I packed up for what felt like the millionth time, and side note, I was actually getting used to that tent, which was making me happy. Whilst I was packing up, I chatted to this lady who was telling me that I still had quite a big hill to come at the LEJOG ski slope, which is a ski slope on the other side of the Pentlands. So you can see the elevation that I've got to go through here today. Not as bad as yesterday, but still some big climbs to come. I also now had Google telling me that it's only 20 hours to the finish line, which is amazing. But this made me think, wait, can I do that in 2 days? Or does it have to be 3? Do I even want to do that in 2 days? These were thoughts going through my head, but I thought, well, let's just see how far I can get today, figure that out tomorrow. Until then, what's that I can hear in the distance? Is it a lecture, by chance?
No. Just a while back there I passed Balmoral Castle, which is owned by the royal family, and I don't even think it's owned by the Crown Estate. I think it's owned privately by the members of the royal family, and it's where the Queen took her last breaths a couple of years ago, and now it's owned by the King. So I think it's an opportune time to talk about land ownership in Scotland. You see, around 50% of the land in Scotland, this beautiful land which everyone loves to come see and we consider the countryside, is owned by fewer than 500 people. Now that number can change depending on if you talk what percentage of land you're talking about, number of people, etc. But it's around about that level. So that means that half of the land in Scotland is owned by less than 0.001% of the population. That's absolutely nuts. Now, there's one guy, a billionaire from Denmark, I think Denmark or the Netherlands, I forget, who since in the past 20 years has purchased 220,000 acres of the Scottish Highlands, and his argument is that he's going to protect it and look after it properly. And I mean, I think you get similar arguments from the people who inherit their land from families, which is probably makes up a lot of the other landowners. They argue that they know how to properly manage this land. You know, they'll manage it for grazing, or they'll manage it for grouse moors. But properly manage for whose benefit, right? Because I think often it's not the local community's benefit, and the local communities in Scotland are struggling in these highland areas. The cost of land has shot up massively, and so therefore the cost of housing. Young people can't afford to live here. They can't, in many places, sustain a working population. Only old rich people who are retiring to the area can afford to live there. And then they can't build any more housing because the people who own the land, including these wealthy landowners that own things like this, though not necessarily this part, I'm not sure, they don't want more houses being built. That ruins their aesthetic, that ruins how they want to manage the land. So I think this is something that really needs changing, because currently Scotland should be ashamed of this situation. We need more land ownership by communities, more community engagement to manage the land. Not this rolling landscape that's only owned by a few oligarchs. We need change, and soon.
Okay, lecture over, but I appreciate you listening. I was now heading through the Cairngorms and enjoying the views as usual, aware that that big climb was still to come for that final ski slope at the end. But when it did arrive, it was much more intense than I thought it would be. Low gear now. I don't think my gears go low enough for a 20% incline. Ah. Oh. It turns out I did it. Though this level of steepness continued to the top, and I used up all my energy in that first section, so the rest of the way required lots of stopping. But I got to the top in the end. Once again, I've made it to the top and found a ski slope, as I thought I might. That wasn't as long or as tall as that other one that I did yesterday, but oh man, it was steeper. Like, much more intense over a shorter period. Actually had to push some of it. I'm going to take a 10-minute break and then carry on. But then I found a coffee shop, so that 10-minute break turned into like 40. But anyway, with the fun downhill ahead, I was able to reflect on the types of cars that were passing me, and I'd say around 40% of the cars came from outside of the UK, based on their reg plate. And of them, around half of them were Dutch, then followed by the French, Belgians and Germans. Maybe the Dutch are attracted by a landscape that isn't as flat as a pancake. Anyway, thought that was interesting. But my objective of the day was still to try and get past Inverness. However,
just past the sign saying Inverness is 58 miles away. Oh, I've been so focused on the Cairngorms, I don't think I realised that how far that is. And I want to hit there before the end of the day, so this is going to be a long day. It's already 2:30. Oh, hopefully mostly downhill.
that was like making a wish on a monkey paw, because things did go downhill, but not in the way I meant it.
But the rain is coming down now. I'll pop out the coat. I'll be warmer but less miserable. Still want to be miserable. This rain ain't going. Look at that over there. Some of the hills are disappearing because of it. Oh, this is not fun. I think it's going to go on for a while.
Yeah, the rain did not go away for the next hour or two. During this time I made videos, but I think I could probably boil them down to just this.
Oh, it's a proper British weather now. It's going to take about an hour for me to dry. I swear those clouds are stationary.
But eventually,
finally out of that rain. I swear that's the first time like I've had to cycle to the clear sky, because I swear these clouds aren't moving. I mean, it still looks miserable over there. Ridiculous. I've already travelled, what am I on, 95 kilometres, so I guess what, about 70 miles, 60-70 miles, and I've climbed vertically 1.3 kilometres today, or about 1 mile. Lots of up and down, still better than Cornwall, I swear, better than Cornwall and Devon, because at least you've got the views here. But things are definitely dragging. I kind of just want to get there now. I'm tired on a day-to-day basis, and I feel like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. but I feel like I've been seeing that for the past couple of days, and every time I make a prediction about how long it's going to take me, it always extends relatively the next day. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel is a bit of a mirage, and I'm a bit optimistic. Like today I wanted to get past Inverness, but it's coming up to 6 o'clock and I'm still 30 kilometres from Inverness, about 20 miles. I don't know if I'll hit it or not. I'm trying not to push myself too hard at this point. But also I really want to make it. Really want to get there. On the upside, I thought I was going to be following just the A9, really boring, busy main road, but there's a, I guess similar to when I was going past the Lake District, there's an adjacent road to it. I guess this was the old road to Inverness, and it's closed except for cyclists, so that's nice. So I can put my foot down, have some peace and quiet, see how quickly I can get there. Wish me luck.
And soon, just passing through Car Bridge, home of the World Porridge Championship. Wow, gotta come back here again. I mean, it's an honour to be in such an amazing location. And with all of today's cycling, it finally seemed like I was about to start the descent down into Inverness. Hey, I'm at the summit. 401 metres. My sat nav says 398. That's why that sign might actually be 401. But hopefully that means some nice downhill from here. I've been saying that for the past 3 blooming hours. Fingers crossed. Maybe I just get my bungee cord and attach to myself to this. I'll throw myself in front of it, that would also ease the pain. Anyway, onwards. How was that a blooming summit? I'm cycling uphill. Do they not know what summit means? Oh damn, was it summit for the train? Oh, that's so sad. Because the train tracks are going downhill. Who on the train's going to be able to read that sign quick enough? Okay, so here's the summit for cars apparently. It's definitely slightly downhill from the peak I just got to, but oh well. I'm not picky or anything. I never complain. And with the mystery solved, I was now down on my way to Inverness. Though, not directly, it seemed. Once again, a lesson not to trust anything and to always sense check where you're being sent. I'm on a national route that's of cycling route to Inverness from the direction I pretty much came, but it's swooping me like right around the outside of Inverness. Inverness is there. Why am I heading this way? Anyway, I'm going to ignore it from now. There's a junction in a bit. I'm just going to go towards Inverness. Can though see, so it's down there somewhere in that valley, and that's I'm assuming then start of the Highlands. I'm guessing within that ridge directly ahead. Wow, focus on my finger when I do that. Would be Loch Ness, which Inverness is near. Hence the name, Inverness, near Ness. Right, so I should be able to get there in 30 minutes if I bloody ignore this cycle path. Fingers crossed. I don't even know where I'm staying tonight. I should probably figure that out first. I did end up finding a campsite, which was great. Though it was west of Inverness. I kind of wanted to go north of there today, but you know what? I think I did well enough getting to Inverness. So I cycled through the town centre, got some food, got some drink, then along the coastal road west towards the campsite. And then I arrived at the Brunchy Caravan Park. It was really busy, but the man gave me a free pitch because I was doing this for charity, so that was so lovely of him.
Tad busy.
Not a bad way to end the day. Got my tent just there, beer in hand, and I can watch the sunset over the Burley Firth. Tomorrow, that bridge over there, and up north I go. But for now, cheers.